finished a meditation and a wisdom talk session, and I'm feeling so aligned. I'm feeling so peaceful and in like a really reflective mood right now, because exactly 1 year ago I was here, right here, at this meditation hall, listening to the same story and the same wisdom talk about intuition. And I remembered last year when Longpi Michael, my teaching monk, shared that story. I felt like that was something that I had to do. And the whole entirety of 2021, I've just been trying to figure out what my intuition feels like and what exactly is my intuition and what that voice sounds like. And to just sit here again in this meditation hall, listening to the same story, knowing that that is exactly what I did for the whole entire year and where it has gotten me today, I just feel so proud of myself, and I feel so at peace, and I feel so safe. Like, I'm such a type A person that following my intuition is such a foreign act to me, and I just took it as an experiment. You know, like with everything in life, I just kind of take things as an experiment. It's like, all right, that's a cool idea. Let's try it. If it doesn't work, let go of it. It works. Amazing. And I've been trying this experiment of surrendering, you know, and it's not easy because I'm a type A person. I'm a very controlling person. And due to my, past childhood trauma, I just felt like I had to be perfect. I had to plan. I had to just always be on top of things and always having like a backup plan and a plan B in order to feel safe. So this was a really foreign feeling for me to just let go and surrender and like listen to my intuition. But to say that it was a successful experiment is an understatement. I've never felt so at peace and at ease, and I've never felt so safe and protected despite not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow. Like, I have no idea what I'm going to do tomorrow. Like, right now, I'm unemployed. I don't have a job. I have a vague idea. I have clarity on what my purpose is and what I should be doing in life, but I actually don't have a plan, and I'm okay with it. I'm so proud of myself for, putting in the work of meditating, observing myself, finishing 15 journals, reflecting as like a habit, meditating as a habit, observing myself as a habit, and becoming aware of my thoughts, speech, and action, and observing whether those things align with my purpose and my true nature or not. And I'm here. Like, I am here today living my truest, most authentic life. So for the new year, there are a few questions that I like to ask myself. Number one, I like to start with, positivity. What are some of the greatest memories that I've made this year? What are some of my favorite memories? Obviously, being here at this retreat has been a treat, and that's why I keep coming back, and I just can't get enough of it, especially because my job was so demanding. And yeah, there are many happy moments, but for sure, I've transformed my mindset so much from just like being here at these retreats and being with myself, observing my thought, absorbing all the wisdom. One that comes to mind really easily is setting boundaries at work. So, this time last year, I was so burnt out, and it's because I didn't know how to set boundaries. I was just saying yes to everything. I just wanted to be like I can be everything for you person at work, and because my self-worth was so attached to my like work, and my identity was so attached to my work and the quality of my work, that I would just sacrifice my health, mental and physical health, for work. I was working until like 3 a.m. That was like a very normal thing. Like my I like broke out like I never had before in my entire life, not even at puberty. I was just like in such a stressful point in my life, and I felt like that was my purpose. You know, I was like, my identity was so intertwined with my my job and how well I did at work and the praises that I was getting at work. So I'm so proud of myself for setting boundaries. And they were crossed a few times, but I held my ground. I was just like, no, I am not working after 7 p.m. I am not working on weekends. Don't call me on public holidays. And that was not easy. That really was not easy. But I'm proud of myself for doing it. I'm going to make a whole video about boundaries because this video is going to be too long if I start talking about boundaries. But yeah, that's like one of my proudest moments this year, setting very clear boundaries at work. The two that comes to mind really easily is one, letting go of control and not planning. As I'd mentioned that I'm a type A and I plan every little thing. Literally every hour of my day, there's something on my calendar. I even plan my meditation, my chill time, self-care time. So I try to not plan and let go and just surrender to the present and, you know, be intentional with everything that I do, but not hold on to my plan so tightly. Like, have a loose idea of what I want to do, but also allow room for magic and things to unfold naturally. So that is definitely like one of my biggest lessons this year. The second lesson would be to not settle. I think a lot of us are conditioned to settle for certain people or things or jobs that doesn't align with us completely out of fear. For me at least, like I used to settle for things that wasn't 100% aligned out of fear. And I realized that whenever I settle for those things, I often end up being really unhappy. I often feeling frustrated, feeling really not aligned. Whatever is meant to be mine will make its way to me. What have I gone through this year that has been like really tough and has made me grow? I know that whenever I'm feeling frustrated or whenever I'm experiencing some type of discomfort or even suffering and sadness, I know that there's gold over the hurdle. There's been an incident this year that has been really painful. I have believed that I was going to be in the nonprofit world my whole entire life. Like, I was going to work for the UN, I was going to be a politician, I was going to work in like the field of like social change and human rights. And I have been doing that for many years. I've studied social science. I did my master's in international politics. And it was really hard for me to realize that this is actually not my identity anymore, and this is actually not my purpose anymore. From peeling the layers of, you know, why I really want to be in this field. There's partly it's, you know, it's my true nature and it's my purpose. I feel like it's my purpose to make this world a better place, like for a lack of a better term. And that is still my purpose, but there's another insidious purpose that is influenced by my ego, is that I have a savior complex and I attach my self-worth to the impact that I create and the people that I can affect in this world. So through the work of self-realization, I realized that I wanted to be like a politician. I wanted to be like the prime minister. I wanted to be like the secretary general of the UN partly because of my ego. Yes, I do want world peace. I do want to advocate for human rights and social change, but there's also that ego part. From realizing that, glowing pains, I went through like a few months of like an identity crisis, you know, because I've always knew, like, I wanted to be a prime minister since I was 6. And I always knew that I was going to be like a political leader of some sort. And it was really difficult to swallow that truth that this isn't really what I was supposed to be doing. And it took me a few months to come into terms with that, to even like accept that that was like truth. Like I was in denial for a few months, but once I was able to accept that truth and made the decision that I was going to transition out of this career path this year into something that's more aligned to me, so many things just kind of like fell into place. Like I just felt so much more peace. I felt like I understand myself better, and everything just kind of like aligned and like locked into place, and it just felt right. It didn't feel forced. Like I felt like being in the nonprofit world was such an uphill battle. I just felt like everything was such an uphill battle because it wasn't aligned to who I was. It wasn't aligned to who I am. It wasn't aligned to my true purpose and my authenticity. But now that I've made the decision to transition into the wellness world, I just feel like everything is so easy. Like doing YouTube, talking about mental health, sharing my stories about mental health, sharing tools about mental health is just so effortless to me, and it just feels aligned. It just feels effortless. Like I'm not forcing it. These activities are kind of exercises for me to find out my coordinates to put in my GPS of 2022 so that I don't get lost, so that I feel anchored and I feel grounded. This is it. This is where this comes into place. So how do I want to feel next year, right? I want to feel nourished. I want to feel light. I want to feel at ease. I want to feel at peace. I want to be peace, so these are my metrics for everything I do. So whenever I'm getting into an activity, I'm getting into a situation, I'm making a decision, let's say you're trying to make a decision whether you should take this job or not, whether you should move country or not. My metrics would be, does it feel light? Is it peaceful? Does it impede on other people's peace? Does it impede on my peace? Do I feel at ease doing it? Do I feel nourished, or will this activity nourish me? Which is so important. When you know how you want to feel, you can use this as a metric so that it can help you craft a life that you want to live and be the person that you want to be and live out your truest, most authentic life. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you can carve out some time to reflect in order to reset and, plug in those coordinates for 2022. I would love to hear your thoughts on what you've come up with during your reflection session, how you want to feel in this next year, what you want to leave behind, what you want to take into this new year. And I hope you all have a wonderful start to the year. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.